On the news tonight, the Anambra State Housing Commissioner cautions developers on government development policy. Over 200 Nigerians to study with EU postgraduate scholarship. INEC, EFCC defer over proposed tribunal for electoral offences. And South Africa faces shutdown amid nationwide strike. Before the news in detail, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. You're welcome to the news. Anambra Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Polly Onyeka, has inspected Anambra luxury estate Nkwele Zunanka Phase 1. Commissioner Onyeka, who was accompanied by a team of builders, architects, surveyors from the ministry, inspected road constructions, drainage channels, buildings under construction, among other places. The commissioner commended the construction company building the estate for following the new Anambra housing building policy prospects, but instructed them to provide catchment pits in each compound. Correspondent Njideka Okoye has details.
Speaking after the inspection, Commissioner Onyeka observed that the development partner of the estate is developing in line with the government's development policy, but warned that no water should be channeled to the road or other people's land and compound to control erosion and land degradation. The Housing Commissioner stated that the mantra of the present administration is to build a livable and prosperous smart megacity for the Anambra, as livability is very vital to the development pattern, and listed the livability aspects to include creating green veg areas, flower and tree planting, construction of catchment pits within a compound, building not more than 65% of the total portion of the compound, among others, advising developers and construction companies to abide by the new building guidelines for the good of all. Honorable Onyeka stated that there is a great deficit in most states in the country in terms of housing, which Anambra is not exceptional, adding that Anambra is having at least 10,000 housing deficit per year, and that is why Governor Chukwuma Soludo is taking the issue of housing seriously.
This government, because you know the mantra of this government is to build up a livable and prosperous smart mega city for the Anambra. So in doing so, you see that the livability is very, very key to the developmental pattern. So we don't just develop for development's sake. We develop today under this new government, under this new mantra for livability.
On his part, the chairman, Engineering Monitoring Regulation, Anambra State, Engineer Victor Meju, commended the company handling the estate for involving registered engineering company to supervise their project and called on other developers to emulate them, noting that for a building to have approval, it must go through proper procedure through physical planning board. He commended Governor Soludo for his good plans in building a livable and prosperous smart mega city for the Anambra.
You need to have approval. It has to go through proper procedure through the physical planning board. There must be approval for structural. There must be approval for mechanical and electrical component of a building. These are what constitutes a building to be erected and perfectly done.
From Nkwele Zunanka, Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
There is an adage that says that a person's name influences his or her conducts in life. This may not be far-fetched as the reason why Legacy University was named Legacy, so that children who pass through the school will always reflect the name of the institution anywhere they may be after their studies. Just over the weekend, ABS correspondent Ngozi Obileri attended the institution's 6th matriculation ceremony and reports that shows its name. Management of the school holds its name to a very high esteem by bequeathing academics and morals to the students. Her reports.
150 students were given admission to study courses of their choice offered in the institution. The institution is currently offering various courses in 2 faculties, which are Faculty of Arts, Social and Management Sciences, with courses as Accounting, Banking and Finance, Business Administration, Economics, Political Science, Public Administration, Sociology and Mass Communication. The Faculty of Natural and Applied Sciences with Biochemistry, Chemistry, Computer Science, and Microbiology as courses of study, all fully accredited. Addressing the matriculants for the 2021-2022 academic session, the Pro-Chancellor of the institution, Dr. Leonard Nkameme, who is also the Chairman Governing Council of the school, appreciated the parents, guardians, and the students for making the school their first choice and warned against cultism, exam malpractice, hooliganism, and other social vices, and advised them to face their studies for their own good. Represented by Dr. Dixon Obonyano, Dr. Nkameme said Legacy University has a peaceful environment architecturally designed for serious academic activities, has competent and skilled staff, e-library, and also secured partnership with international universities.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, Council, staff, and students of Legacy University of Okija, I welcome you all to the 2021-2022 academic session and the 6th matriculation ceremony of our growing institution. The matriculation of students marks the official entry of every student into the higher institution of learning. This year's matriculation is mostly significant because it is statutory gathering to formally admit deserving and qualified candidates who are fortunate to be offered admission into this great and fast-growing institution.
On his part, the acting vice chancellor of the school, Professor Ezekiel Ihiono, represented by Dr. Uzonna Ibekwe, said they are making unrelenting efforts to establish more faculties and offer more courses, and said that the institution is gracious to God for raising notable individuals of great reputation as their benefactors. Professor Ihiono appealed to Anambra State government to show interest in the institution, especially in the area of access roads into the school, even as he congratulated the matriculants, urging them to be of good behavior.
I now admit you formally to membership of Legacy University and charge you to live up to the expectations of the university as pledged in your matriculation vows. Congratulations.
The acting registrar, Dr. Blessing Mike Obialo, earlier presented the matriculants for official admission, after which she administered oath of obedience to the new students. The Dean, Student Affairs, Mrs. Chinyere Ibe, noted that Legacy University is the university of the moment, encouraging parents to enroll their children to study in the school, as according to her, their tuition fee is the least in the country and can be paid on installments, adding that they keep 24-hour surveillance on the children, all who live in the school hostels, which is why it is impossible for any of them to go astray.
We allow payments by installments, okay, so they can do it if they want to, and I advise them to do it, to come to Legacy University. They will enjoy it, they will like it, because one, we don't go on strike, and again, our students, they all live inside the school, so we know them and we take care of them, so we monitor them. Whatever it is that they are doing, we know.
Earlier in a homily during a mass that ushered in the matriculation ceremony, the parish priest of St. Patrick Catholic Church Okija and the students' chaplain, Reverend Father Ethelbert Ofonatora, advised the students to study hard and anchor their faith on God and endeavor to be ambassadors of the institution always. The event featured cultural dance by the matriculants. From Legacy University Okija, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Over 200 young Nigerians are to study in top European universities on the European Union's flagship educational program, Erasmus Mundus. The Erasmus Mundus educational program was started in 1987, targeting European countries, but later extended to other regions, including Nigeria. It's one of the EU's cooperation with Nigeria to reflect its commitment to widening the space and increasing opportunities for young Nigerians to actualize their dreams so as to play their role in contributing to the development of the country. Correspondent Ekweachide has details.
Studies will run for 12 to 14 months and will see each beneficiary studying in at least 3 different universities in as many countries during the duration of the program. And on completion, each scholarship awardee will receive a master's degree jointly awarded by a consortium of universities in the framework of the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Program. Key components of the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Program are high-level and integrated studies at master's level delivered by an international partnership of higher education institutions. Beneficiaries are expected to study in at least 2 EU member states. Announcing the latest scholarship at the press briefing in Abuja, the EU ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Ms. Samuela Isopi, said the EU prioritizes its educational partnership with Nigeria, hence the steep increase in the number of Nigerian beneficiaries in the past 2 years from 44 to 200, reaffirming EU's commitment to ramping up programs and activities targeting Nigeria's vibrant young people. She said the gesture gives room for regular migration opportunities for ordinary Nigerians to travel abroad based on their capacity, merit and abilities in their respective fields, adding that this year the scholarship beneficiaries have opportunity to traverse 20 different European countries with a minimum of 3 countries and maximum of 6 countries for each student. The ambassador noted the Erasmus program is a life-changing experience, boosting opportunities for young Nigerians in and outside the country, as it will enable them interact and exchange ideas with other students from different countries across the world. Ms. Isopi emphasized that the program is built on the belief that cultural exchange and education of youth is fundamental for the socioeconomic development of societies as a whole, and also provides opportunities for mobility and cooperation with partner countries beyond Europe. She further revealed that the EU delegation to Nigeria, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, is working hard to increase the number of Nigerian higher education institutions that participate in the programs, which has an estimated budget of £26.2 billion.
Personally, I'm very much looking forward to meeting all these awardees this Wednesday. And I really, as I said already, I strongly encourage you to join us because I think it's important for them, but it's also an important achievement for Nigeria. So, and we really want to use them in a more effective way to support Nigeria and Nigerians.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajude, ABS News.
For proper documentation, identification, monitoring and control of members of the profession, the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Anambra State Branch, has commissioned Surveyors House at Amobia, Oka South Council area. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzokoe has details.
The foundation of the building was laid in October 2014 and commissioned on August 19, 2022. Governor Chukwuma Soludo and other top officers commissioned the Surveyor's House that comprises a bungalow with main hall, 2 offices and 2-story building with basement, also with a big hall, 16 guest rooms, 3 suites, reception hall with 2 auxiliary rooms and conveniences.
In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, and in the name of God the Holy Spirit.
The aim of erecting the Surveyor's House is for the institution to have a permanent address, halls for meeting, offices for administration and guest rooms for members and for relaxation during events. Addressing the gathering, Governor Soludo, who was glad at the erection of the edifice, said surveyors plays important roles in nation building, soliciting their support in achieving his aim of building a livable and prosperous Anambra. Professor Soludo, who spoke through the Commissioner for Lands, Professor Ofonze Amushazi, noted that with the cooperation of professional bodies, all the sectors of the state economy will have a facelift, advising that they should punish any of their members who drags the name of the institution to the mud.
In Anambra State, the governor has set out a program to build a livable and prosperous homeland. And that can only be achieved working together with professional associations, the NIS being one of the prominent associations we have to work together with. I want to solicit for the cooperation, the state government, the cooperation and support of the NIS, as well as all other associations, to ensure that we achieve our desired objective to have a livable and prosperous homeland.
In his speech, the national president, National Institution of Surveyors, Surveyor Oluwa Motemi, said the edifice will stand the test of time as others will emulate the hard work put in place by the state chairman, Surveyor Chukwudi Nzomiwu, whose tenure ushered in a progressive governance with great pursuits and professional competence and capacity.
This event, as we can all see, it is the Lord's glory and it is marvelous in our sight. We thought or dream of having a structure like this, which is self-built to be known as Surveyor's House, is divine.
In an address of welcome, the state chairman of the institution, Surveyor Nzomiwu, extolled the relationship between the institution and the present administration, assuring the state government of their partnership to help the government achieve his good plan for Ndi Anambra.
The aim of building this structure is for the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors Anambra State Branch to have a permanent address, halls for meetings, offices for administrative and guest rooms for members and others relaxation during events like the one we are holding today.
Speaking on behalf of Surveyors Wives Association of Nigeria, the president, Pharmacist Philomena Nzuku, commended the leadership led by Surveyor Nzomiwu for writing their names in the sand of time. Other branches of the institution and professional bodies also felicitated with the Anambra State chapter of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors. The institution later gave a award of excellence to Governor Soludo, Lands Commissioner Professor Amuche Aze, and his culture counterpart, Comrade Don Onyenji. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Still to come in the news tonight. INEC, EFCC defer over proposed tribunal for electoral offences. South Africa faces shutdown amid nationwide strike. Ndi Anambra cannot allow criminal elements to hold the state and the people to ransom. Donate generously to the Anambra State Security Trust Fund, which has been set up to raise money for combating insecurity in the state. News will be right back after the break.
Traveling? You deserve the absolute best. Enjoy maximum comfort in our new buses with more legroom, reclinable seats, onboard entertainment, and much more. Pick your preferred seat. Choose your preferred schedule. Travel on your terms. Ready for a premium ride driven by the best captains out there? Book now.
Back to the rest of the news. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and Economic Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have expressed contrary views on propriety or otherwise of the proposed establishment of a special commission to handle electoral offences. While INEC, during a public hearing on the bill at the House of Representatives panel, the group said its existence as a special body for that purpose would enhance the nation's electoral system. EFCC that existing laws have conferred some extant agencies, including itself, with powers to investigate and prosecute the offences so listed in the proposed bill seeking establishment of the National Electoral Offences Commission, and so there was no need for it. While calling for full independence of the expected commission, Chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, stated For those who argue that the solution does not lie in the phrasal verb, is a phrase consisting of a verb plus a preposition or adverb. The phrasal verb creates a meaning that is different from the meaning of the verb on its own. Phrasal verbs are usually 2 words long, but they sometimes consist of 3 words. Thousands of people across South Africa are taking part in a national strike in protest at the rising cost of living. 2 of the country's largest unions are leading the strike, calling for a total shutdown of the economy in protest against high unemployment levels and rise and fall in electricity costs. Marches are expected in all provinces, with the largest rallies likely to be in Cape Town and Pretoria. The unions want a government cap on fuel prices, as well as a drop in interest rates and an income grant. While organizers of Wednesday's action say they aim to bring the country to an economic halt, they have also acknowledged that numbers in the streets may not match similar shutdowns in previous years. The government says a no work, no pay principle will apply and essential workers cannot take part. But unions say they see this as the start of a series of actions they're willing to undertake until they get results. And on sports, Nigeria has failed to qualify for next year's FIVB Under-21 World Championship following the junior national team's 0-3 loss to the Cameroonian counterparts in the 3-place match of the just concluded African Under-21 Championship in Tunisia. With the loss, Nigeria failed to finish among the top 3 countries in the championship, losing in straight sets of 21-25, 20-25, 23-25 in the match. Sluggish from the beginning of the tie, the Nigerian team handed the initiative to the opponents in first set, an advantage they took to lead by 7-2 points. It became an uphill struggle for Nigeria from this, but they managed to restrict the Cameroonians to a 25-21 lead. The second period looked promising for Nigeria as it led to a 10-11, but some enforced errors saw them lose the set by 25-20 points. Although worried by the loss, Nigeria's head coach Sani Mohammed, however, commended his players for finishing 4th at the championship. He said they did well all through, as they were not given any chance of success at the competition. Just 3 teams will represent Africa at the 2023 Federation of International Volleyball FIVB World Cup Championship. The last Ofala Festival for Igwe Chinyalo Nemeka Nwora Mologu of Amobe community has been announced. Igwe Nwora Mologu, who died on 29th August 2021 at the age of 76, was married to Lolo Justina Nwora Mologu, a nurse with Chevron Nigeria Limited, and was educated at various schools, including Aba Technical College, Aba, after which he ventured into salesmanship, according to family source. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha has details.
At a press conference to announce the last Ofala Festival.
We're sorry for that little mix-up. Going on, remember that you can follow news and program on ABS TV from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television, OKA. Go on to subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television, OKA. You can follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points that made the news tonight. Anambra State Housing Commissioner has cautioned developers on government development policy. Over 200 Nigerians are ready to study with EU postgraduate scholarship. INEC EFCC has deferred over proposed tribunal for electoral offences. And finally, we told you that South Africa is facing shutdown amid nationwide strike. Here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. With that, I've come to the end of the major news broadcast of the ABS tonight. My name is Uche Chukwu Ibanam. Thank you so much for staying with us. Good night.